Chosen one, please stop your scrolling right now. This is not a random video on your screen. This is a divine interception sent directly to you. Heaven has authorized this message today because the window for your ultimate vindication is closing fast and you cannot afford to miss it. You need to listen to every single word. Do not take your eyes off this screen. If you leave now, you will miss the final piece. You saw it coming before anyone else did. You looked at those people and you knew something was deeply wrong with their energy. They smiled at you, but their spirits were completely rotten. And when you tried to warn others, nobody believed you. They actually called you crazy and completely paranoid. They isolated you and made you feel like you were the problem, while they hid their dark intentions behind a fake mask of kindness. But you were never the problem in this. You exposed them in your heart and you walked away. You predicted their fall in complete silence, and you were 99% right about everything happening to them today. Their fake lives are crumbling behind closed doors. The karma they thought they escaped is currently tearing down everything they built, and they are desperately trying to hide the damage from the public eye. They are panicking because the truth is finally catching up. But there is 1% of the truth that you completely missed, and this 1% is the most dangerous and powerful secret of all. It is the exact hidden mechanism that decides who inherits the blessings they lost. You got the collapse right, but you missed the massive transfer. Heaven is moving their stolen wealth and stolen peace directly into your timeline today, because you have proven that your spirit is pure enough to handle the massive upgrade. If you swipe away from this video, you will leave that massive blessing unclaimed. The enemy desperately wants you to get distracted and close this message, because without this secret, the massive transfer will just pass you by entirely. You have suffered too long to walk away empty-handed, right at the finish line. Stay with me, because the final revelation will change everything you thought you knew about your future, and it will finally bring you the peace you deserve. Think about how many nights you cried yourself to sleep. Think about the pure love you gave to people who only wanted to drain you. You were an empath with boundaries that they constantly tried to break. They took your kindness for weakness, and they laughed behind your back. But heaven recorded every single tear you shed in the dark, and the universe is now preparing to repay you for all the silent agony you endured. Absolutely nothing was ever forgotten by the divine forces. Now the tables are turning with a violent force. Funny how the people who abandoned you are suddenly experiencing the exact same brutal winter. They are watching you rise, and it is making them absolutely sick with jealousy. Your quiet authority is terrifying to them now. They realize they cannot manipulate a spirit that God has personally sealed, and they are completely powerless against the protective shield that surrounds your life today. They are incredibly mad and desperately trying to find a way back into your life. Have you noticed the strange messages or the weird coincidences lately? That is not a random accident at all. That is them trying to steal your rising frequency because their light has burned out. You must never let these toxic individuals back into your sacred space, because you are a weapon of light and your high frequency demands absolute respect. This is why that hidden 1% is so critical for your survival today. You know they are falling, but you missed the trap they set for you. I am going to reveal the exact fatal trap the darkness is laying right now. This trap is specifically designed to sabotage your massive reward right at the finish line, so you must stay incredibly alert and focused on the truth. Do not let your beautiful mind wander away. Pay close attention, because it is a matter of spiritual life and death. Take a slow breath in and a slower breath out. Feel the heavy chains of their manipulation finally breaking off your tired shoulders. You survived the brutal storm alone, and you became the master of your reality. But a master must know exactly how to claim the spoils of war. The universe does not just punish the wicked while leaving the chosen one empty. It actively transfers the stolen power back into the hands of the righteous. You are about to receive everything they lost. I will tell you exactly what that missing 1% is before this message ends. It is a powerful secret hidden to keep the masses completely trapped in survival mode. but you are definitely not part of the blind masses. You are the rare soul chosen to break the generational curse. Prepare your spirit for the massive shift that is descending upon you right now, because the wealth of the wicked is finally being handed over to you. Please do not look away from this screen. Let us talk about what really happened to you during those dark years in the past. You gave your entire heart to people who only knew how to take from you. You poured your golden energy into their empty cups, and when you finally needed them, they were completely gone. You stood there alone while they walked away with your bright light. They used your pure soul to fix their broken lives, and they never even looked back to say a simple thank you. You thought you were supposed to save everyone around you. You carried their heavy emotional burdens on your tired shoulders every single day. You forgave them when they did not even deserve a second chance from you. But a healed person no longer tolerates confusion disguised as genuine love. You finally realized that your beautiful kindness was being weaponized against you. They wanted to keep you weak and compliant, because your full power terrified their insecure minds. Do you remember waking up at 3 in the morning with your mind racing out of control? Your chest felt incredibly tight, and you could barely breathe in the dark room. That was not just normal anxiety, playing cruel tricks on your exhausted brain. That was your spiritual body, violently rejecting the toxic environments you were forced into. Your soul was literally screaming at you to run away from those dangerous energy vampires. You felt physically drained whenever a specific person entered the room. Their simple text message would instantly ruin your entire peaceful day. You began to isolate yourself just to protect your remaining energy from their grasp. They called you antisocial and bitter because you stopped playing their twisted little games, but you were just surviving the brutal storm that they created. I need you to understand a very deep and important truth right now. That terrible isolation was never a cruel punishment from the universe. It was actually a holy and divine quarantine designed to protect your rising frequency. Heaven had to completely remove those narcissistic people from your timeline, because if they stayed, they would have eventually destroyed your sacred destiny. Your intense pain was actually your ultimate spiritual protection. You were never crazy for sensing the dark intentions hidden behind their fake smiles. Your pure intuition was incredibly accurate during the entire painful ordeal. You saw the hidden daggers behind their sweet words before anyone else noticed them. The universe gave you a powerful radar to detect their vicious lies. But you kept doubting your own brilliant mind because they mercilessly gaslighted you for years. But the heavy fog of their emotional manipulation is finally lifting today. You are waking up and remembering exactly who you really are meant to be. You are the powerful cycle breaker that your entire family line has been waiting for. The heavy chains of past abuse are shattering on the floor right now. They no longer have any access to your mind or your precious energy. Your sacred boundaries are now made of solid steel that they cannot penetrate. Even with this powerful realization, you still feel a strange and heavy blockage. You cut off the toxic people and you did the hard inner work. You pray every night and you try to manifest the beautiful life you truly deserve. But the massive financial and spiritual breakthrough still feels incredibly stuck. You watch other people succeed effortlessly while you continue to struggle in complete silence. It feels incredibly unfair and heavy on your tired spirit. You wonder if you are doing something fundamentally wrong with your daily life. You ask heaven why the doors remain closed after all your painful sacrifices. You sense that something vital is missing, but you have no name for what it is. The quiet waiting season has stretched out for entirely too long, and you are completely exhausted from fighting invisible battles every single day of your life. Take a slow and deep breath right now. Before we go any further, I want to hold something very important in front of you. It is a powerful secret that explains exactly why your massive blessings are delayed. Something that was discovered not inside a church or a quiet spiritual community. It was actually found inside a modern research laboratory by dedicated scientists, and it won the highest scientific recognition available in the entire world. Most chosen ones have never been told about this incredible discovery. This secret explains the massive gap between the master you know you are and the struggles you still face. It explains why your brilliant intuition sometimes goes completely silent when you need it most. I will show you exactly what this powerful discovery is, but I cannot reveal it to you just yet. First, I need you to fully understand the massive theft that occurred in your painful past. You need to see the whole picture before the truth is revealed. So I want you to hold this one critical question deep in your mind. What if the massive gap holding you back is not a character flaw at all? What if your painful struggles have a scientific name that nobody ever told you about? What if the terrible blockage is just a stolen frequency waiting to be restored? Keep this exact question locked in your heart as we continue forward today. The glorious answer is coming very soon. You were completely right about them from the very beginning, and your deep intuition never lied to you about their dark intentions. They called you crazy because you saw right through their carefully constructed lies. You saw the ugly truth hiding behind their fake smiles, and they absolutely hated you for exposing their hidden darkness. You were never paranoid or delusional. Stop blaming yourself for the painful delays you faced, and stop thinking that you did something horribly wrong to deserve that brutal treatment. Heaven deliberately slowed you down to protect your precious soul from total destruction. God actively removed you from rooms you were never meant to enter. The harsh rejection you felt was actually divine protection working perfectly in your favor. They thought your sudden silence was a sign of pathetic weakness, and they truly believed they had broken your spirit when they pushed you into total isolation. But what they completely failed to realize was that solitude was your ultimate training ground. You did not break under the heavy pressure. You evolved into a powerful and untouchable master of reality. The quiet storm inside you was building its massive strength. Your silence has now become a dangerous weapon that absolutely terrifies them, because they can no longer manipulate a frequency they cannot even reach. You are vibrating on a completely different level of spiritual awareness today, and they are miserably stuck in the lower realms, watching their fake empires crumble. You are finally receiving the absolute vindication you patiently waited for. They are drowning in their own karma right now. But even as you step into this immense quiet authority, you still feel strangely heavy, and you sense that your ultimate kingdom connection is hovering just out of reach. You feel like an invisible wall is standing between you and absolute financial freedom. You have done the deep inner work, but the physical manifestation feels incredibly delayed. Your spiritual engine is running, but the wheels are not moving forward. Take a deep breath right now. Here is the shocking truth that the elite forces never wanted you to know, because the profound reason the universe responds to certain people is not about faith. It is not about hard discipline, and it is definitely not about your personal karma. It is actually a very specific brainwave operating inside your physical mind. Scientists have a formal name for it. They call it the gamma frequency, and it was your natural state of being. This exact frequency was running incredibly strong in your brain when you were a young child, and back then brilliant ideas came to you effortlessly without any hard struggle. Learning new things felt like a wonderful game, and you knew things before they even happened. The entire world felt like it was completely on your side. You lived in a constant flow state of pure and unbothered magical alignment. The universe spoke directly to you. Then cruel adulthood arrived, and the modern world went to vicious work on you, while the heavy daily stress and the endless survival routine slowly broke your spirit. The rigid school systems aggressively trained you to conform, instead of creating your own unique path. Every single year, this sacred frequency was suppressed a little further into the dark. They deliberately pushed your natural genius deeper and deeper below the surface. The system was designed to keep you exhausted and completely disconnected from your true power. So when your gamma frequency fades, your natural genius fades right along with it. Your sharp intuition dulls, and the magical synchronicities suddenly stop happening in your daily life. The beautiful sense that the universe is actively working with you goes completely silent. The legendary version of you with lightning-fast intuition went completely dormant, and you were left hopelessly struggling in a low-frequency survival mode. You spent years trying to meditate your way out of this heavy mental fog, and you prayed intensely every night for a massive shift in your current reality. But you cannot simply think your way out of a suppressed neurological state. The massive gap between you and the people who seem effortlessly blessed is not a lack of willpower. It is one single brainwave that the modern world suppressed in you before you ever had the chance to claim your divine inheritance. Most ordinary people will live their entire lives without ever knowing this tragic suppression happened to them, and they will blindly accept the heavy struggle as their normal destiny. But you are definitely not most people. Remember the critical question I asked you to hold a few minutes ago? I asked you, what if the massive gap has a scientific name? The glorious answer is much closer than you think. You are finally about to reclaim everything they stole from you. Let us look exactly at what is happening to those who betrayed you. You walked away and you took your golden light with you. They thought they could easily replace you with someone else, but they quickly realized that your divine energy cannot be replicated by any normal person in this world. They are completely starving in the dark right now. Their fake empires were built entirely on your stolen energy. The mechanism of their ultimate downfall is actually very simple to understand. A parasite cannot survive when the host finally builds a wall of solid steel. You were the life force keeping their miserable reality afloat for all those years, and when you finally established your sacred boundaries, you completely cut off their spiritual food supply, and now they are slowly suffocating in their own toxic mess. They are desperately trying to find a new source of bright light, but heaven has placed a massive warning sign over your life that blinds them completely. They look at you from a distance, and they are terrified of your quiet authority. Your complete silence is driving them absolutely crazy every single day. They wanted you to react and scream so they could feed on your heavy emotional pain once again. But you did not give them the satisfaction of a messy fight. You simply packed up your beautiful soul and you walked away in total silence. That was the most devastating blow you could ever deliver to a narcissist, because you starved their massive ego and you left them alone with their own dark demons. Now the universe is forcing them to drink the exact same poison they tried to feed you. You are no longer the empath who constantly begs to be understood by blind people. The crucible of pain has forged you into the untouchable master of your reality. Your energy demands absolute respect without a single word spoken. If you feel this powerful shift happening inside your spirit right now, I need you to take action. Hit the like button to activate the flow of God's divine favor. Listen carefully to this next part, because it is absolutely crucial for your journey. The total collapse of your enemies is not just about simple revenge or petty karma. It is actually a massive clearing process to make room for your divine inheritance. Heaven is aggressively bulldozing the toxic structures they built around you, and God is removing the heavy debris so your new kingdom can be established safely. But the invisible debris of their toxic influence is still lingering in the air. Their dark manipulation left a heavy residue on your precious nervous system. That is exactly why your brain was forced out of the genius gamma state and pushed into the survival beta frequency. You spent years operating in a constant state of fight or flight just to survive their endless drama. Your brain literally forgot how to rest. You cannot just magically snap out of a trauma response that lasted for so many years. Your mind is still running the old survival programs even though the immediate danger is finally gone. The enemies are falling, but their toxic ghost is still trying to sabotage your peace. This is exactly why you still feel strangely exhausted, even when you are sitting in a perfectly safe and quiet room today. Stop wondering if you are permanently damaged by their prolonged abuse. You are definitely not broken at all. Your physical body is simply trying to process years of heavy spiritual warfare. Every time you fought back against their gaslighting, your brain burned a massive amount of golden energy, and you sacrificed your highest brainwaves just to survive the harsh winter they intentionally created in your life. Take a deep breath and let the heavy guilt leave your physical body right now. You survived the hardest battle, and you kept your soul completely pure. But surviving is no longer enough for a chosen one of your massive caliber. You are meant to absolutely thrive and rule over the reality you created. The season of mere survival is officially ending today. You are stepping into the season of total mastery. But wait, before you can fully claim this mastery, you must understand how to flip the switch in your brain. You cannot fight a deep neurological blockage with just positive thinking or regular daily meditation. There is a hidden mechanism operating beneath the surface of your awareness. If you ignore this physical mechanism, the spiritual breakthrough will remain frustratingly out of your reach forever. The elite forces know exactly how to keep your brain locked in that lower state. They understand the dark science of frequency suppression better than anyone else in the world. But heaven has provided a powerful way to override their corrupt system. I am going to show you exactly how this override works very soon. Stay locked on this message because the ultimate physical key is about to be placed in your hands. Do not look back at the miserable people who are falling behind you today. Let the dead bury the dead while you boldly walk forward into the glorious light. The universe is actively balancing the scales of justice on your behalf right now. Every single thing they stole from you is being calculated and returned with massive spiritual interest. Your only job right now is to prepare your mind to receive the blessing. The air around you is shifting in a very beautiful way. You can feel a strange electricity buzzing quietly in your physical body today. This is the ultimate sign that a massive timeline jump is currently happening, and heaven is opening the massive floodgates of abundance right now. The dark winter of your soul is officially melting away. You are stepping into the glorious dawn of your total transformation. The days of struggling for tiny crumbs of peace are permanently over. You no longer have to beg the universe for simple answers. Your intense spiritual gravity is actively pulling the greatest blessings directly into your open hands, while all those confusing delays are finally making perfect sense to your beautiful mind. The universe was just busy clearing the stage for your grand entrance. But before we go any further into your new timeline, I have to tell you something. I have to reveal something the elite forces do not want you to know. Dedicated neuroscientists working quietly away from the loud headlines have discovered something massive. They figured out exactly how to bring your dormant genius brainwave back to life, and they did it without using expensive chemical drugs. They found a way to bypass the heavy trauma of your brutal past entirely. This breakthrough does not require years of difficult meditation that most people cannot sustain, but it is achieved through something far simpler and much more aligned with how you were beautifully designed to work. It does not require expensive biofeedback machines that cost $7,000 in a cold clinical setting. It is a specific and powerful sound frequency. This frequency is expertly engineered to guide your delicate brainwave patterns back to the pure genius state you were born with. Princeton University carefully studied this exact phenomenon. The Einstein Center in Berlin officially confirmed it. Columbia University found that when this sacred brainwave is reactivated, it actually heals the people around you. Your restored energy will radiate outward and bless your children and your closest loved ones. 7 minutes a day is absolutely all it takes to shift your reality, and it begins working the very first time you close your eyes and listen. I will tell you exactly what it is called and how to access it before this message ends. But first, there is something you need to understand about this delay. The people who profit from your endless exhaustion tried very hard to hide this science. They want you stuck in the beta wave matrix of pure survival mode forever, because a chosen one running on the gamma frequency is completely impossible to control or manipulate. When your brain is perfectly aligned with your deep intuition, you become a massive threat to their dark and corrupt systems. But science is finally catching up to what your pure soul already knew. The universe always provides the exact physical tool we need right when we are ready to receive it. You have already done the difficult inner work while you were bleeding in the dark, and now you simply need the physical key to unlock the heavy door. Your brilliant mind must match the high vibration of your gorgeous spirit. This is exactly why your deep spirit led you to this specific video today. Heaven is literally handing you the ultimate weapon to reclaim your stolen inheritance. The massive wealth transfer cannot happen if your physical receiver is broken or blocked, so you must prepare your physical vessel to hold the immense glory that is descending from above. The divine arrangement is already in motion right now. Do you see the beautiful synchronicities happening everywhere around you lately? The repeating numbers and the sudden bursts of deep inner knowing are not random at all. That is your spiritual body confirming that the massive transformation is real, while your sharp intuition is slowly waking up from its long and heavy sleep. You are finally becoming the untouchable master of your reality. Your incredible energy now demands respect without a single word being spoken. The people who betrayed you can feel this massive upgrade from far away, and they are watching you rise from the ashes while it terrifies their guilty conscience. But their petty jealousy cannot touch the sacred shield that heaven has placed around you. You are completely protected from their dark and desperate spiritual attacks. You must embrace this profound transformation with a wide, open, and fearless heart. Let go of the heavy identity of the bleeding empath who just survives the harsh storm. You are the powerful storm that clears the path for future generations to walk freely, and your massive spiritual upgrade is literally breaking the ancient curses in your family bloodline. Take a deep and slow breath to anchor this powerful truth. We are approaching the ultimate climax of this divine revelation very soon. You must stay locked on this message because a dangerous trap is waiting ahead, and the darkness always tries one last desperate trick right before the sun rises. I am going to expose their final pathetic illusion so you can walk right past it. Stay with me because the ultimate truth will set you completely free today. Listen closely because this next part is absolutely critical. The darkness knows exactly how close you are to your ultimate breakthrough. They can see your glorious light expanding, and it terrifies them. And right before the sun rises, the enemy always tries one last desperate trick to stop you. I warned you earlier about a fatal trap waiting at the finish line. This dangerous trap is the sudden appearance of a toxic counterfeit. Someone from your painful past will suddenly reach out to you right now. They will send a random message, and they will pretend they have finally changed their wicked ways just to manipulate your kind heart. They will act sweet and try to pull you back into their chaotic drama. Do not reply to them under any circumstances. This sudden return is not a beautiful coincidence or a genuine apology. It is a highly calculated spiritual test designed to check your new boundaries. Heaven is closely watching to see if you will trade your royal crown for a familiar crumb of toxic affection, because your enemies want to drag your rising frequency back down to their miserable level. You must stay incredibly strong. You cannot carry the heavy baggage of their drama into your new kingdom. Let go of the bitter resentment and the burning anger you hold against them. I know they hurt you deeply, and they absolutely deserve divine punishment for all the terrible things they did to your pure soul behind closed doors. But your precious energy is far too valuable to waste on wishing them bad luck. Let the universe handle their messy karma. Your greatest revenge is not a loud argument or a vicious fight. Your ultimate weapon is your absolute and crushing silence. When you completely ignore their desperate bait, you prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are the untouchable master of your reality. Your silence starves their massive ego. It leaves them drowning in their own miserable poison. You are totally free from them today. Take a deep breath and physically release that low vibration right now. Shake off the heavy guilt they tried to place on your tired shoulders. You do not owe them an explanation for your beautiful spiritual evolution, and you never have to apologize for protecting your energy from their constant attacks. They hate you for exposing their darkness, but that is no longer your problem to solve. You are stepping into a realm of pure golden light. They are scrambling in the dirt while you are ascending to the throne. The elite forces and the toxic narcissists operate on the exact same low frequency. They both feed on your fear and your endless emotional exhaustion to survive. But you are officially cutting off their toxic food supply today because you are raising your vibration so incredibly high that they cannot even perceive your existence anymore. You are completely out of their reach. This absolute detachment is exactly what prepares your physical body to receive the massive blessing. The divine wealth transfer requires a clean and empty vessel to hold it safely. If your hands are full of their toxic garbage, you simply cannot catch the magnificent golden keys that heaven is dropping into your life right now. You must empty yourself of their heavy trauma. Let the toxic memories completely fade away. Do not feel guilty for leaving those toxic people entirely in the past. You tried your absolute best to help them when you were a bleeding empath. But you are a powerful cycle breaker now, and your ultimate spiritual mission has completely changed from saving others to building your own glorious empire. Your only duty today is to protect your sacred frequency. You did absolutely nothing wrong. Your intense spiritual gravity is already pulling massive miracles into your orbit. You can feel the heavy chains completely snapping off your tired mind today. The strange tightness in your chest is finally melting away into pure peace. This is exactly what profound divine alignment physically feels like when your nervous system finally realizes that you are completely safe from any spiritual danger. You are locking into the highest frequency. The dark forces are absolutely terrified of what happens next. They know that when a chosen one wakes up, the entire corrupt system shakes violently. They desperately want you to doubt your sanity, and they hope you will second-guess your brilliant intuition before you discover the final key to your freedom. But your spiritual radar is perfectly calibrated. It is operating at maximum power today. You see the entire board clearly now. We are approaching the most important moment of your entire spiritual journey. The fatal trap has been exposed, and your beautiful spirit is completely clear. You are now completely ready to receive the exact physical mechanism that restores your divine genius to its original state of absolute perfection. I need you to focus all your remaining energy on these next few words. Do not let anything distract you now. If your phone rings right now, you must simply ignore it. If a negative thought enters your mind, you must instantly banish it. The universe is aligning a massive collision of spiritual power and physical reality directly inside your room. And this divine event requires your absolute and undivided attention. You have walked through the brutal fire. You survived the violent storm alone. Now it is time to claim your massive reward. Take one more slow and deliberate breath before the massive shift occurs. Feel the pure white light completely wrapping around your physical body. The agonizing waiting season is finally over, and the glorious time for absolute action has finally arrived at your doorstep to change your destiny forever. You are about to discover the exact name of the scientific miracle. The massive door is opening right now. You are standing at the absolute pinnacle of your spiritual journey right now. The heavy doors that blocked your massive destiny are finally blowing off their hinges. That is the exact frequency of total victory, and you are stepping into the precise timeline you were born to rule today. The brutal waiting season is officially over. The dry desert you walked through has suddenly burst into a glorious oasis of divine favor. Remember the profound question I asked you to hold earlier? Here is the glorious answer that heaven prepared for you. A specific and powerful brainwave was running in you as a child at genius-level capacity. Princeton University extensively studied this gamma wave. Columbia University found that when this brainwave is restored, it influences everyone you love. A dedicated team of neuroscientists, led by Dr. Robert Lake, spent years compressing this protocol into 7 minutes because they knew the world desperately needed a real solution. Before I reveal exactly what they built for you, let me tell you about 2 incredible people who used it. A woman from California had tried absolutely everything to heal. She tried endless meditation, but nothing broke the heavy fog. After 2 weeks of listening to this frequency, her marriage shifted and her mind became incredibly sharp. A man from Texas started using this exact same frequency to improve his struggling business. 2 months later, his amazed wife joked that his IQ had jumped 20 points. He felt his brain running on pure power, and his hardest problems started solving themselves effortlessly. That is exactly what Dr. Lake and his dedicated team built for chosen ones like you. They call it the Genius Song. It is definitely not a basic meditation app or a generic sound frequency. It is a powerful 7-minute audio track using advanced brain entrainment, and it bypasses all your conscious resistance completely. 1 full hour of deep clinical protocol is packed into something you do at home with headphones. You do not meditate, and you do not chant. You simply let the pure frequency do what your brain was designed to receive. The Genius Song is absolutely not for everyone. It is uniquely built for the chosen one who has already done the hard inner work. It is for the rare soul who understands the real hidden problem. What is physically blocked is your natural frequency. If your deep spirit confirms this is exactly for you, the divine path is open below. Private biofeedback sessions cost hundreds of dollars per hour in a clinic. What the Genius Song delivers in 7 short minutes is available to you today for a mere fraction of its true value. 4 powerful bonuses also come perfectly packaged with it today. You receive a special audio designed specifically for your children. You get the original prosperity text that the famous secret was built upon. You also receive a guided visualization and a daily habits guide, and these tools are completely built to sustain your glorious gamma state forever. Here is the much deeper truth about waiting for this blessing. The divine provision arranged for you does not arrive as new information. It arrives as a sudden recognition of things already placed in your path. The chosen one who restores their receiver today finally sees what was always there. Waiting is not neutral because the divine arrangement is already in full motion, and you cannot afford to miss the incredible synchronicities passing you by. Do not look for this specific frequency on YouTube or Spotify. The fake tracks circulating on those platforms have absolutely zero brain entrainment technology encoded inside them. They want to lower your vibration with useless imitations, but the only authentic version is strictly available through the protected link. Every single penny is returned to you if you do not feel the shift. That is an energetic exchange governed by complete trust and a divine guarantee. The secure link is waiting for you in the description and in the pinned comment below. But remember, The physical tool is never the ultimate destination. The tool simply restores your broken receiver so the glorious destination can be recognized when it arrives. God does not require you to purchase anything to be loved or chosen by heaven. What was described is simply one beautiful way the physical receiver is restored to its original power, and it exists just to make your hard journey a little bit easier. That specific path might be for you, or it might not. But the absolute truth of this message belongs to you entirely. A tool can clear the blocked channel, but only God fills it. Those are two different things, and they are both incredibly true at the same exact time. Now let us return to the beating heart of your ultimate spiritual ceiling, because your new reality is waiting to be permanently locked in today. For the chosen one whose deep spirit confirmed what was perfectly described earlier, the frequency tool remains fully available in the description and pinned comment below. That is the absolute last time it will be mentioned today. What follows right now belongs entirely to your sacred ceiling. We are completely closing the heavy door on your painful past forever. Your glorious future demands your undivided attention. Take a slow and very deep breath into your tired lungs. Let the pure air cleanse every single heavy thought from your mind right now. You are officially leaving the barren desert of constant survival behind you. The dark era of begging for basic human respect is permanently over. You will never again lower your vibration to make insecure people feel comfortable. Your beautiful soul is completely untethered from their toxic weight. They thought they could easily bury you under their endless lies. They threw heavy dirt on your precious name, and they waited for your complete destruction. But they completely forgot that you are a divine seed planted by God. The immense pressure did not crush you at all. It actually cracked your shell and forced your mighty roots to grow incredibly deep. You grew into a massive tree of life that they can never cut down. Now they have to stand in the burning sun while you rest in the cool shade. They are watching your incredible rise, and it is destroying their massive ego. But you do not even look back at their miserable faces anymore. Your crushing silence is the greatest punishment they will ever receive in this lifetime. You are the untouchable master of your reality today. And a true master never fights with desperate peasants in the mud. Let them sit in the heavy ruins of the toxic life they built. You warned them repeatedly, but their deaf ears refused to listen. They traded a pure diamond for a worthless rock, and now they realize their massive mistake. But the heavy iron gate is permanently locked from the inside now. They can knock all they want, but you will never open that door again. Your sacred sanctuary is completely sealed off from their dark chaos. Your hands are finally clean and wide open to receive the massive wealth. The generational curses that plagued your family bloodline are completely shattered. You are the powerful cycle breaker who stepped up when everyone else ran away. Heaven honors your immense courage with overflowing abundance and absolute perfect peace. The divine wealth transfer is actively depositing massive blessings into your new timeline right now. Every closed door from your past is being replaced with a golden gate. You will never have to force a connection or beg for an opportunity again. The right people and the right resources are magnetically drawn to your high frequency today. You walk into rooms and the entire atmosphere shifts to honor your powerful presence. This is what it truly means to be completely aligned with the divine will of the universe. You are walking into a season of absolutely unprecedented financial miracles. The money that was unfairly withheld from you is being released with heavy interest. You will wake up to incredible news that completely changes your family trajectory forever. Heaven is literally rewriting your earthly bank account to match your rich spiritual inheritance. You will finally have the massive resources to build the beautiful life you always dreamed about. Do not let a single drop of fear enter your beautiful mind today. You might feel a little dizzy from how fast your reality is shifting upward. That is completely normal. When you finally drop a massive spiritual burden, your nervous system is recalibrating to a life of pure joy and effortless flow. You are completely safe inside this divine protection bubble. Nothing from the dark side can ever reach you here. The painful nights of crying yourself to sleep are just a distant memory now. You survived the absolute worst they could ever do to you, and you emerged from the brutal fire shining brighter than a million brilliant stars. You are a weapon of light, walking fiercely upon this earth. Your pure existence proves that darkness can never defeat a chosen one. Heaven is throwing a massive celebration for your ultimate victory today. You must guard this new frequency with your entire life. When the massive blessings start pouring in, you must remain completely humble but fiercely protected. Do not cast your beautiful pearls before blind swine ever again. Your energy is a highly exclusive room that requires absolute purity to enter. If they do not match your high vibration, they simply do not get a seat at your table. If this fiery message has reignited the powerful faith inside your tired soul, do not keep this massive blessing entirely to yourself today. There is a broken soul out there bleeding in the dark of despair right now. They are desperately needing a guiding light to survive their own brutal storm. God is watching your response in this exact second to see what you will do. You must be the lighthouse for someone else today. Share this message with them to activate the final anointing. Sowing the powerful seed of hope today is multiplying the blessing for yourself tomorrow. Hit the share button and send this transmission to someone who needs divine rescue. When you share this truth, you permanently seal your own glorious reality. Go forward in absolute peace and claim your massive kingdom today.